and Sebastian Vettel didn't set a time in qualifying because of his intercooler issues, and he is right at the back of the grid. Hockenheim, 28 miles away from Hockenheim. It's where he was born, and he probably feels, Martin Brundle, that pole position's about 28 miles away as well at the moment.
Certainly looked a long way when I stood at the back of the grid down there with 19 other rivals between him and glory today. And here comes Sebastian Vettel, late to the party.
So that's 3 laps less for Sebastian Vettel to make up for the disastrous disappointment of qualifying yesterday, where through no fault of his own he couldn't take part. He's taking part this afternoon, and it's lights out.
So Vettel pinned in 14th at the moment. Leclerc is up to 6th. Leclerc up to 6th, but what a start from Raikkonen, the wise old head of Kimi Raikkonen.
Verstappen has got Kimi Raikkonen into the hairpin. Verstappen is ahead and up to 3rd place, and it looked to me like Sergio Perez had got Kevin Magnussen. Yes, he has. Perez now up into the points again in 10th place. Magnussen's got back ahead of Sergio Perez. Sebastian Vettel now up to 13th. He's managed to get past Daniel Ricciardo as well. Adventure, boy's own adventure for Sebastian Vettel this week, and right on board with the Ferrari now, the car ahead of him, Antonio Giovinazzi.
It looks so pedestrian, doesn't it, in the slow corners? They've got no grip at all.
Don't have to. Oh, there's a spin! There's a spin, it's Sergio Perez, who did very well. The pits comes Sebastian Vettel, into the pits comes Alex Albon. I think we might go down to Ted Kravitz if we can, who's down amongst the action.
Yep. Lots of people coming in for intermediate tyres. We've got Sebastian Vettel and the Alfa Romeo as well. We'll see whether that's Kimi or Giovinazzi. That's Toro Rosso in here for Alex Albon. That's
2 seconds
as well.
So box.
Interesting is where it's going to leave Vettel in the queue behind the safety car. Because he was further back, he was able to pit straight away. He's looking handy, isn't he, in that Ferrari?
Now we're on board with Charles Leclerc. That's Kevin Magnussen just ahead, leaving him no room whatsoever.
Will always give you more speed.
Here comes Charles Leclerc then into the first corner on the inside, and Kevin Magnussen has to take a bit of curb there to keep out of the way of the Haas, but gets better traction going out of turn 1, the drag race towards turn 2. The Ferrari wins out easily, and the problem...
If he can slow it down.
He can, but not really quick enough. Comes back onto the track, stays ahead. Magnussen might lose out because he's compromised, and now the Renault Nico Hülkenberg says thank you very much. Charles Leclerc, you've just earned me a place there. Hülkenberg gets past Magnussen. Leclerc's in 4th.
Yeah, Hülkenberg's going to fancy a run at the Ferrari. He's got nothing to lose, has he? He doesn't care.
It's a couple of times now Leclerc's gone very, very deep into the slow corners. This time it's Hülkenberg who goes deep in the hope of getting a better amount of traction on the exit of it. Stays behind Leclerc, but this is a great scrap that's ensuing now between the other German runner in this race, Nico Hülkenberg and Charles Leclerc. This is what Sebastian Vettel has been up to. Robert Kubica on the left-hand side. Kimi Raikkonen just ahead. Ooh, and how did he not make contact there with Robert Kubica?
His former teammate, Sebastian Vettel, homes in on that fight. Vettel's 8th, Raikkonen 7th. They're both on the intermediates, and Magnussen on the full wet. This traffic very quickly if he's going to have a chance. Podiums looks a possibility, but a victory, he's a long way back. A pit stop's only 18 seconds around here. The 3 at the front are travelling much faster than anybody else, especially Lewis Hamilton.
So at the moment, Magnussen's rather holding up this trio, and that's helping Sebastian Vettel. Look, it's Kimi Raikkonen struggling for traction there. Sebastian Vettel alongside him into turn 1. This could be interesting. One moment, Sebastian Vettel was going to come out on top in this battle.
So Raikkonen turned a threat into an opportunity.
Yeah, as he has done for many, many years in his career. Now, if you remember, when the cars all came into the pits, we're on board with Vettel now. That's Magnussen getting past on the run down to the hairpin. So Kimi up to 6th, Vettel up to 7th. Then comes Charles Leclerc, who's under investigation and might receive a penalty for that unsafe run. Kimi Raikkonen runs 6th, ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Started 20th, now 7th.
And there may be some light rain coming. You're going to hit turn 1 first.
It's drying up pretty quickly.
Charles Leclerc needed some very quick reactions to...
And standing water for good measure. Well held, young man.
It's Charles Leclerc that's coming in first. He's made it first.
What are they putting
Hamilton and Bottas have stayed out.
More Inters by the looks of it.
It is more Inters. I think it might be a free pit stop for Leclerc, or it would have been had he not have been stationary for quite so long.
Sweet for Ferrari then, and Leclerc on that one. He's now got a fresh set of tyres for a cheap price in terms of track time. and with plenty of groove left on them if it does rain a bit, and plenty of grip anyway. Leclerc 3.2 seconds faster on that lap than Hamilton.
So you are the fastest car on track, around 2 to 3 seconds faster.
Okay, these tires are pretty knackered.
Box, Sebastian, box for new soft. You're happy?
Copy.
Soft tyres for
It is
Leclerc.
soft tyres for Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is in second place at the moment, and Charles Leclerc is going to keep that second place. Charles Leclerc's gone out, gone wide and gone out. Leclerc has gone into the barriers at the penultimate turn, and a second Ferrari in the space of 2 races here in the German Grand Prix has ended up into the barriers. It was Sebastian Vettel last year, it's Charles Leclerc this year, and that car looks beached.
No!
Out of the sacks.
It wasn't exactly pushing that hard, it just snapped to the back. He had to counterstay it to turn into the slide, and now he's on the skating rink, the drag strip, and he'd have been better hitting reverse in that moment.
His run of 4 consecutive podiums, and it looked like being a 5th consecutive podium, has ended. Intermediate tyres for Sebastian Vettel. Ferrari now decided it is too wet out there. Vettel, who started 20th and last in this race, may still get a podium here. A few years ago here in Hockenheim, it's a race that produces incident after incident after incident, and we might have more to come as well. Here comes Sebastian Vettel down towards the hairpin. Stroll manages to keep him at bay on this occasion, but Vettel has got very good traction in that Ferrari. Sebastian Vettel seen his teammate Charles Leclerc head off into the barrier.
Now this will give Sebastian Vettel the chance he needs on Lance Stroll.
Sebastian Vettel gets a really nice entry and maybe an exit as well through turns 3 and 4. 5 is just a kink. The foot is flat to the floor for Sebastian Vettel. Lance Stroll defends down the inside, goes very early to defend, but is powerless to defend. The speed of the Ferrari carries Sebastian Vettel past, and you're either wearing orange at Hockenheim or you're wearing red. And it's the red fans that are absolutely loving that one, because the homegrown hero is up into the podium. Danny Kvyat was in second place. Listen to the roar for Sebastian Vettel, 20th up to second.
Red Ferrari to overtake cars. They've been so fast here all week. We've been talking about it, and this is what the Mercedes couldn't do. They had the same straight line speed as the Toro Rosso. Actually, one of the slowest cars down that section, with all their downforce that they've had this weekend. And the Ferrari.
But give this man a huge hand. Sebastian Vettel from 20th to second.